Well, I use both an iPhone and an iPod Touch, as well as a laptop, a normal PC, a PSP, a digital radio, and a few other things. I use YouTube, Facebook, Hotmail, Wikipedia, and a music service called Jelly. Use Twitter to remind you when tests are due and when projects are due. Use podcasts to provide classes, therefore there is no real class as such. Use Facebook or Twitter to provide results of classes and study notes. And use Blackboard as a way of a forum to ask a teacher any queries that you have about the subjects.
My favourite technology would be the PlayStation, my mobile phone, the computer, and a little bit of TV. A few of my favourite games would be Burnout Revenge, Grand Theft Auto, Black Ops. I like the idea of games and education because it's not boring. Like, you can actually get into it and you're learning as well. Like on the DS, they've got those brain teaser games and things like that, and mathematic games and English and writing. And now we look at how it was in the old days, how they had those big computers that you couldn't take around and things. They've come to now you can take them in laptops, and now all these laptops are becoming touchscreen and easier to use, easier to take to jobs and take to other places that you need to take them. I think teachers should be up to speed with all that so that they know what we want to learn with.
Because that's my life, my iPhone, Facebook on the iPhone, heaps of apps just to play around with when I'm bored. I use a computer which has got Facebook and all that stuff on it, YouTube and all that stuff. I use T-Box for home on the TV so I can record Chromosome, pause, rewind, fast forward. I use a radio to put it on night time when I'm laying in bed to help me get to sleep. I use TV to watch programs on, and the Wii I used to play the Wii a fair bit. Facebook to catch up with old friends, and just it's like my second home pretty much, Facebook, because I used to have nothing else to do at home, just go on Facebook and play poker and Bejeweled Blitz and all that stuff. And YouTube, like to look at new songs and then post them and then share them, and like funny video clips and share them on Facebook so people can put comments down and tell me what they think. Google, help me out with school research. Hotmail, check my emails and all that stuff. And ANZ online banking to help me check my bank status going up the street and all that stuff. I think teachers should get up with technology to the standard that we're up to, so I can help us work out with us, because some of the teachers don't know like what technology we're up to, and so they can't help us out with that kind of stuff.
Well, obviously there's like Wikipedia and other aspects of the internet. I find it's really helpful because back ages ago you had to go through all these books in the library and stuff. Well, I find sometimes when I'm late for school or I'm not coming, it's a lot easier. I can just text Sarah on her mobile. So it's just not that big a deal anymore. I remember when I was younger and everyone was getting phones, and that was like a really, really big deal. But nowadays it's just like, oh yeah, I have that phone, that's cool, whatever. Using technology to study, I find would be a lot easier than not. And if we didn't have it, it would just be too hard and a lot of people would give up.
I use iPhone to stay in contact with my mates, and I use Macs and PCs, Xbox in my own time. I like to use GameCube because I'm a pretty average gamer, and Facebook because I keep in contact with other means of contact with my other friends from overseas and such. Everyone says Facebook is not homework friendly. Gmail is a good idea. For homework means most of us kids do text, so teachers can resort to texting to catch us up on homework. Well, yeah, direct learning will be more effective than just learning off the internet, because all you're doing is just reading off the internet. You won't be practicing your speech for like certain presentations and such. Technology can be effective in some places, in other places it's very ineffective. Because you're not really learning up directly with the person speaking or anything like that.
You find a lot more out about what you need to know through the internet, because you can find out so much more than what the teacher would probably know about the actual subject. I don't think social media is I don't think it's meant for educational purposes. it's more of a, like it says on the website, a way of connecting with people. But they've got like Skype where you can use like voice call, you can type it, or you can video, like you could use that.
I like to play music. I've been getting into a little bit of parkour lately. If technology goes for us, it's kind of back to the Stone Age. Well, we've got a mix board right there. They help a lot. Guitars, amps, speakers, computer, fine-tune everything. If something new comes out, get a hold of it, look at it, study it, and mess it. Well, the easiest way I learned how to do stuff is just to muck around with it. Like pulling it apart, put it back together, or trying to remember how to put it back together. Kids these days are not only getting smarter, they also get a little bit dumber. But they adapt to a lot more things a lot faster than what some adults would do, or even people my age would. Like with some of the stuff that's coming out now, like something even confuses me half the time. But for like the older gen, it'd be easier for them to sit down, check it out. And even if you're a teacher, you sit down, check it out, have a look at it, try to understand it to the best of your ability, and then try and put it out there to the younger gen and see, like, they probably know already how to use it better than you. But even just to help for teaching, like, I don't know, maybe it's even to just help better understand your job as a teacher.
For now, I'm actually enrolled in a course, Diploma of Multimedia, and you learn very different aspects of multimedia before you get into the section you want, like course you want, where you're going. Yeah, it's really fun. You learn basic photography in Photoshop, you learn Illustrator, drawing vectors, graphics, making logos. We use a lot of Adobe programs. We use a lot of 3D modeling programs. 3D is especially the area I want to get into, 2D, 3D. I like doing a lot of animation stuff. Right now, I'm really happy using tutorials online to do self-study and in my own time, and I would like to see that in like primary, secondary. They would help students a lot in studying their own pace. I guess for reminders, I would say yes with Facebook and texting. That's normally what I get from if there's a cancelled class or there's a assignment coming up, and it helps them to remind things, because sometimes you do something over the weekend, you tend to forget school, literally. Technology sort of let me see what they're capable of, and then they showed me aspects of different areas, and then I found one that really inspired me. One day I can see myself in getting a job in animation.